y'all doing?
Hey, Nicole.
It's Miguel. I'm nervous. That sounds, wow. Hey, you gonna get on this stuff here, huh? Yeah, my name is Nicole. I'm sorry, I'm really nervous. Got this.
Nicole.
I'm very grateful. Thank you for believing in me and not me out.
Absolutely.
You mentioned me to somebody else to share. You know, thank you, Zach, for believing in me enough to do that. Well, I was born from addicts. You know, you hear people say that, and that's also my story. My mother and my father had overdosed together and died. I don't know which one died first, but when you shoot dope, you know who go out, and I guess the other one decided to still shoot up. So both of them died. So both sets of grandparents raised me. One set was in Baltimore, and the other set was in North Carolina. My one set of grandparents was Pakistani. My grandfather came from Pakistan, so he was a man of Islam, is what y'all would call it. That was his culture. It was not a religion. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more structured and disciplined. Y'all would call it abuse. He called it obeying, right? My other set of grandparents lived down south North Carolina, so they were very much Baptist, Holy Spirit filled, touch you when you fall out type of Christians. And so, you know, I was the little girl that was tossed about. I wasn't really submissive enough for Islam. I kind of questioned a lot of things. My grandparents did the best that they could do with what they had. The reason why I thank them so much, because they're gone now, is because they never put me up into the DHS system, no matter how bad I got and stuff like that. At the age of 15, my grandfather and grandmother in Baltimore had decided, well, let me be honest, because this is what this program is about. So I would do what my male cousins would do, right? Because I needed to fit in. So I was always rejected. So I needed to fit in. You understand what I needed to belong, right? Because when you're a cousin, you ain't the brother or the sister, you're the cousin. So I wanted to fit in. So I did what they did and tried to do it a little bit more than they did. So I was doing drugs, and that was just marijuana though. That wasn't really considered drugs during that time. So it was like, that was just normal, you know, basement party type stuff. So they were very violent. I come from a very criminal, my Pakistani family was very much criminals. They taught me the law to teach me how to stay under the radar of it. So they taught me the game, they taught me a lot of things, you know, that were not of God, but they felt like that was saying with that deen, you know, to be coded. And so that's how I lived. When you are an Islamic little girl, you're not permitted to go outside unless you have escorts, and they were my male cousins. So when my cycle came down, when you're a little girl, you have a menstrual cycle. Well, you know, everybody knows that. So when your menstrual cycle comes down, you're deemed as a woman because at that time you could give birth. You understand? So I was able to go outside independently. So that was at the age of 14. So I went outside independently. You need to know this. So I went outside, A boy came over to me, and he told me I was beautiful. And I got scared, right? I got real scared because I knew what it was for a man to say, I love you, now take your clothes off. I knew what it was like in the morning time, every morning, for my grandfather to say, Nicole, come on in the room. And I did it because, like, at least he was calling my name. You understand? He didn't ignore me. He called my name into that room. And no matter what I had to go through in that room, it was still somebody giving me attention. So when he said that, I got scared because I'm no longer in the house. I'm outside the house now. So my family was very much into guns. So I had this little girlfriend, because I used to always, like, you know, I was always food friendly. And so, like, when you're Islamic in Baltimore, you can't eat certain type of foods with color to it. They consider that to be pork. So she had Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles. So she became my girlfriend. So I could get her cereal, right? And, mind you, I'm a little girl. You know what I mean? So, I was always manipulative and a liar. It didn't come with drugs. That's just how I was. I was a little girl that used to spin around like Wonder Woman, get real dizzy, fall down, and get back up and be Wonder Woman again. That was my story, right? So that's how I've always, before the drugs now. So when I went back outside and he said that to me, he said, "You're so beautiful, I'm gonna marry you." And I got scared. And she said, "Nicole, go get the guns." Right? And I ran down to the basement and I got one of the guns and I had it behind me and he said it again. And I shot him in the head. Because that's what I seen done. But I didn't see the reaction that occurred. I just seen what my cousins in the did. So when I saw his face, I tried to grab him. And I stayed with him and I was saying, I'm sorry. So of course I got arrested. Because the gun was there, he was there, everybody left, but I was still there. And I didn't say anything, but, So I wound up doing time in the girls' detention, Montrose Girls Detention Center. First degree murder because my girlfriend, the one that helped me get the Fruit Loops and stuff, she went on TV, Line, and on 3 different channels, which omitted her from the court case, which omitted my case to go down. Mind you, listen to it now. I got quiet and a lie was formed. They said that I was involuntary manslaughter. It went from first degree murder to involuntary manslaughter, 6 months served in the Montrose Girls Detention Center. Because I played the fifth. I never spoke out. I let the evidence tell it. I was covered in blood, they never did ballistics. So I learned how to be deceitful and how the deceit would warrant me. When I came from the girls' detention center, I stuck out my arm because my uncle said, "I know you can't live no more because you done took a life. Stick your arm out," and I did that. And he showed me how to shoot dope. It was the best thing in the world. Like, I'm not the one that's going to sit up here and fluff you like I went to God and this and that. I did not like God because God heard me every morning when I said, "Please don't let his pee-pee get hard." But his pee-pee still got hard. So I didn't think God was listening to me nor cared about me. You understand? So that's just my story. And so when I stuck my arm out, it was like, that's how it was for me. It was so much peace. I didn't know it was an illusion. It was peace. I could think about what happened, but I was no longer emotionally connected. Man, what? I will do any and everything to feel it. And that's how my life generated. And trust me when I say, by the time I was 15 and a half, my family said, "You got to go. You got to get up out of here. We don't want no more to do with you. You are banished. The law has frowned upon you. You are cursed. Get away." I couldn't even go in to get the clothes I had up in the room. They put me out with the clothes I had on my back. Because I was like, they were ashamed of me and all my behavior. I'd taken a life. They said that I had annihilated a nation. I did not have a father because he overdosed. And I was rejected. So I did not think that Allah liked me no more, so I didn't care because I still had the Jesus one down south, right? But I wasn't into inviting no spirit into me. So, but I loved my grandmama down south. That woman loved me. Something about when a person loves you, they don't got to do a whole bunch, but it's something in their love that makes you feel welcome. And that's what she gave me. And she gave that to me, She said, "Baby, it's what you do, but it's not who you are." And I said, "How you know?" She said, "Because I done prayed for you, child." She was just a good old woman. I pray to be half the woman that she is, or was, So she died when I was 16 years old, and I was by her bed. She died of cancer in front of me. She laid on the bed and never got up. So I was all alone. My cousins and all of them, did what they did, but eventually I separated from even them. And I was a wanderer, called myself a gypsy. Y'all taught me in the fellowships that I was a runner. So, yeah, I call myself a gypsy. I don't need to hang around. I'm gone. You know, so I go to a whole nother state. Wasn't no need of me staying there, you know. So, that's what was my life. And I've overdosed numerous times. That comes with shooting dope. I was raised to believe if you shoot dope, you live by the needle, you're going to die by the needle. That's how it is, you know. I did not believe in recovery. I thought all y'all were liars. I knew about God, but I never got with God. I got clean because it was a relief. I went into fellowships and sat in the back of the rooms because it was a relief. For a moment, I wanted to exhale, not inhale. You know what I mean? I did everything I was big and bad enough to do except for hallucinative drugs. You know, because I had to keep my mind, my wits about me to know how to survive. I was a survivor. I got with a program that was for the people. It was absolutely free. It cost me nothing. Right? And I went into the program and I was broken. And this man came up to me. He was a good-looking man. And he bought me a pack of Newport Box 100. And it had a plastic still on it. And yeah, he said I was pretty. But it didn't feel the same way that the other man said, you know. So, of course, he loved me. And so, anyway, we had sex. And then I got pregnant. And I don't know what happened to him. Like, I'm still looking for him. Like, he's literally ghosted. I'm like, yo, I ain't never seen nobody disappear like he did. He's gone. So, well, okay, praise God. So now I'm pregnant, and I'm really going to focus on Narcotics Anonymous now, because what you're saying is real. Mind you, I got with God because that's what the program is. It's a spiritual program. Don't get it twisted. NAAA, all of it is a spiritual program that leads you to the God that you understand, as long as it's loving and caring, right? So I got with the program, and I'm doing the step work, and I'm saying, oh, ouch, and, you know, feeling what I need to feel to change, and the principles sound really good, and I want to be that way, and getting through all that. I had my baby, and my baby was born with congenital heart failure and a mutated heart. So she was in the hospital her entire existence, and so was I, because that was my family. That was what God gave me as a gift. My one and only child, right? And she had 4 open heart surgeries, and I was there, and I would go to the fellowship crying. You know, I did my daughter like I did my life. I traveled my child from hospital to hospital. Took my child all the way to Boston Hospital, Children's Hospital, for the Harvard people to work on her. You know, because that's what I knew. We do what we know. And unfortunately, during that time, nobody that I knew in Narcotics Anonymous showed up at the hospital. Just keeping it real. My daughter lived, let me see, she went on life support. When she went on life support, I gave up. I went back to getting high. Because I had no desire. Nobody cared about me. Nobody knew my name. Nobody, you know, I was the girl with the broken baby. So I was underneath of a bridge getting high, and the only thing I could hear was the pigeons. You know how the pigeons do, brrr, brrr. That's all I could hear every time I would smoke, like, you know, drug. I would hear this pigeon sound. So I was like, man, just try NA for real, man. Go to NA for real. So I went. And I did surrender sitting down. I surrendered wholeheartedly. But I'm going to tell you about me. I surrendered because I wanted God, and I was bargaining with him. And I know that's none of y'all story. Like, I'm going to get clean and stay clean so long as you do this, God. You know, and that's my rapport with God. Look, God, you're good. God is good. So long as, you know, you keep my child alive. Come on, God, you can fix it. I've been reading in this holy book that you done healed this one and healed that one. I need you to heal her. Like, yeah, that was going on inside of me. So, turn around, and she transitioned. God took my child when she was 5 years, 2 months, 21 days old. It's something about pain when you're quiet in that pain. I ain't had no noise. Everybody coming up to me, telling me that story about dealing with death. I ain't even want to hear that. Keeping it real. Get out of my face with it, but I'm polite. I'm working principles now. You know, call myself being humble. If you got to call yourself humble, then you're not humble. Number one, but I ain't gonna teach y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Because humility within itself is not that prostrates humility like that. Okay, right? So I'm just, being quiet. When they put the coffin and closed my child up in the coffin, and I looked at that man lower my child into that daggone deep hole, I was so angry at God. I had no more respect for God, and I really felt like God did not care about me. Like all the things I've done. So, with that being said, I used again, right? It took me a minute to use again, because the fellowship of NA, you can stay clean around them for a minute, but you will not have the freedom that no program has to offer if you don't first get honest with yourself. And I needed to get honest with myself. So I stayed clean until this one Mother's Day occurred. It occurred about 3 years ago. The woman came up to me and said, "Happy Mother's Day." And I said, "I ain't no mother." She was like, "Happy Mother's Day." I said, "Look, didn't I say I ain't no mother?" I said, "You can't be no mother to no dead child. Get out my face with that." And she was like, "Baby, you always gonna be a mother." And it ripped me.
Yes, yes.
And I relapsed off of 8.5 years clean. Oh yeah, I relapsed. Yeah. And I had the nerve to tell y'all, everybody that was in recovery, stay away from me, I'm getting high. Yeah. And they did. Then they sat back, because they said that girl crazy. Like, Nicole is really crazy. So I'm just like skipping all over the place, but I'm just trying to let y'all know that God is big. Like, the NA that was in Philadelphia that was kind of connected to me had knew that I relapsed. And then they put out the word, because I did overdose. I was smoking weed and I died on Broad Street. I hit the blunt and dropped dead. Somebody laced my marijuana with fentanyl. And I had dropped right there on the spot. And they brought me back with a whole bunch of, I guess, Narcan and IVs of Narcan. I was in a coma for 2.5 weeks. I had the death swell on my organs had failed. And the doctor had stated because I don't know what happened, but I had read the paperwork, he kept me alive because of brain activity. When I came to, I was paralyzed. Comas will do that. I had a lot of brain fog. But when I came to, when you wake up, it's like you open your eyes. I felt God. I felt God. I felt Him. I can't explain it to nobody what I felt in that hospital room. It was like something so big, like the presence of peace was all around me. And I remember feeling like that type of feeling. And then this Indian man just came in my face. And he was like, "And then you broke your heart." He was just talking. And I was like looking, and I started blinking, and I was realizing all the stuff that was connected to me. And of course it started hurting. And so anyway, it was a long process. I went to recovery. I learned, went from out of the hospital in a wheelchair, and I learned how to walk again. I had, but glory to God. Because my home, my apartment, they had heard that I overdosed and died. So The people that I had knew stated that they knew that they would not want my stuff thrown out there on the curb. So they went in there in my apartment and got my stuff out for me. Yeah. And that part, right? Mm-hmm. Just leave them where they at. Mm-hmm. Principles before personalities over here. And this is definitely a process of reality, right? And I ain't gonna sugarcoat them because they don't sugarcoat me, right? And I woke up completely homeless when I got finished with learning how to walk. And God is so big that the doctors orchestrated my plan, because if you don't have a living will, or if you don't have family, because I don't have family, I never had an emergency contact. You understand what I'm saying? So the doctors will orchestrate your care. That's how it goes, okay? And, all right, and so, I'm wrap this up.
No,
and so,
I was pointing up.
Oh, my God, yeah. And so they orchestrated me to go from Philadelphia to Wilmington, Delaware, to a homeless shelter. So I knew I relapsed, but these people up there in Delaware didn't know nothing about me, right? And I just kept saying, I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. So you can go full throttle into a program. You can go full throttle and get to the point where, you get with 12-step program. That's encouraged. I encourage you to do that. But every single 12-step program is a spiritual program. Don't forget that component. Get with the book and get with the truth. You know what I'm saying? If change you must or die you will. I have changed. I have a lot of integrity and a lot of honesty. It feels good to tell you the truth.
Yes.
I have very few friends because of it. Very few. It does. I'm not lying to you. Like, it feels good to sit back and have a clear conscience. I know how to say, watch this. No.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I can say that because I was a people pleaser.
That's right.
Listen.
That's right.
I can say no. No. And be all right with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to explain my God to you, but if you would like to meet him, come with me. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
I am a blessed woman that's filled with grace and mercy. I am here today. I have a job in the field. I help people that have lost their mind. I work for a mental institution. So they get to meet me when they... and so you already know, I'm praying and I'm doing a lot there. I just recently got a promotion. I don't know how. It's a master's level thing that they want me to go to. I didn't mention to y'all that I have a GED. Yeah, so like they're putting me into this master's level position, and it's only because of the principles that the program and God has taught me.
Yes.
I love the Bible because you know why? Let me say this and I'm gonna shut up. You know why I love the Bible? I'm gonna tell you all why, right? I love NA. I love the basic text. Don't get it twisted. If you ain't gotta get one, the blue book will explain you. You understand what I'm saying? And then you can go to God with it. David, you know what I'm saying? David literally sat back and was like Joseph for this woman, and was like, oh, then he gonna have sex with the woman, knowing that she married. Hello, and then gonna put her husband in the front of the line to die so he could marry her. Yo, he was a beast. Moses, right, sat back and was like all this bougie, royalty, pharaoh type stuff. Found the truth out that he was really one of us from the ghetto. He went through the whole blitz, killing people. The last soldier he killed, he burned him in the sand and ran his behind up to Mount Sinai. Read the book. I ain't lying to you. Like, I'm talking about people that's like me, people that's like you. Peter was so radical when they came, everybody know how Jesus was praying in Gethsemane and the blood and the tears and all that y'all will be done in their mind. Everybody knows his prayer, right? Well, listen, he put Peter and like two others over there to watch God on him. Here's a true story, read the Bible. It's that, so Peter's sitting up there and he fell asleep, and all of them used to fall asleep. He was like, y'all can't even stay woke while I'm praying. So they woke up. So then, Judas had to come with these guards. To come and get Jesus. Like, y'all don't know who he is, I'm going to kiss on him. They was like, all right. So when the guards carried Peter throughout the sword, it was like, get back. Like, the sword cut off the man's ear. I was a Peter. Like I was that type. You know what I mean? But Jesus picks up his ear and heals him.
You gonna need
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, so I saw me in the Bible. So it ain't helped me to understand me. But when you understand you, then who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be better. I want to be better. So I get guided by a spirit that's bigger than me. So you say, what is my solution? What is a solution? For me, it's God.
Absolutely.
For me, it's God. I didn't keep me alive. Every solution I manifested on this earth, God sent me. So, I know, I'm shutting down. I just wanted to let y'all know that. Okay. All right, I hope that somebody heard something.
You can keep going. You can keep going. Keep going, girl.